What's up, everybody? Welcome to Park Hoppin. Not my normal live stream, but I see a lot of normal people inside my chat here that I normally see on my live stream. I am joined by Tugs.
Hello.
She is here, and you never know who else is going to stop by. Now, I have one problem. I ordered food on Uber Eats, and they might be here any second. So if I just get up and randomly leave, just Tugs will handle it.
Yeah, you guys will get a good chair stream.
How nice.
Oh, Lito.
Tugs smiles. The problems of the world seem to. I totally read that.
Wow.
I thought he was gonna say when Jay's hair is on point, which it is.
Nope.
The self-haircut too. Self-haircut.
It's not all about you, Jay. Jeez.
Self-haircut though, man. I need to get we're not gonna look at the back, but I thought I did a pretty darn good job. When Tugs smiles, the problems of the world seem to feel a galaxy away. And all that matters is this moment right now.
Thank you, Lethal. This is why I wore the hat.
It's not all about you, Jay. Well,
yes, it is. Sometimes.
There's things I could play, but since I'm not on my own personal channel, we'll just keep it like that. And I didn't say that. I was saying
in history,
I don't care what anybody says. I did a freaking good job. I did a freaking good job on the theme. So Tugs is gonna explain what we're doing today, and I'm gonna go to I'll be right back.
All right, just leave me in charge. It's okay. Basically, what we're gonna do, for those of you who watched my video the other day, we're gonna kind of hit those guidelines again and talk about them, get Jay's opinion on them, since he lives right there. And then there was another meeting from the Open Orange County, whatever task force they call it, yesterday. So we have an article about that to go through. And yeah, that's basically it. So we're going to be talking about a lot of speculation because nothing is really official yet. So, but that's what we're going to be doing today. And then
I got to go to his car. Sorry.
Jay's going to be eating on camera. It's going to be great, guys. This is great. It's Saturday. It's fine. It's okay. How's everybody doing? Since I have you guys all to myself, what's going on? How is everybody? How's your Saturday? Do we do anything productive today? Probably not, huh? 24 people in here. Thank you. Hi. I wish I was more entertaining. I'm not. Sorry. Smash the like button if you haven't already. Yeah, Alex, he does need the turkey onesie. I agree. The turkey onesie while eating Outback Steakhouse. Ooh, Vikings. That's a good show. Hey, geeks and gamers in the chat. I see you. I can't highlight you. I've been abandoned, but I see you. Hello. Great, by the way. Oh, good. Hi, Becky. Everybody's good. Oh, good. Okay. That's good. He's he's going to get food. That's where he is. He did not time this very well. Thank you. I like my hat too. Appreciate y'all. Themed mask at the parks. So Undead Studios, they don't have park themed masks, but Disney has actually made their own masks and you can buy them on shopdisney.com. They come in a set of 4. It's $20 for a set of 4 different sizes. There's Pixar ones, there's Star Wars, there's a Star Wars set, there's a Mickey Minnie set, there's an animal set where it looks like the nose of the dog or whatever from the different animals, so up and all that. What else is there? I think that's it. Oh, a Marvel set and a Marvel set, but they come in a pack of 4. Small, medium, and large, $20. They're not going to ship until June though, which I find ironically hilarious because by then you might not even need them. I don't know where the logic is here, but anyway, so yeah, so they are selling them on shopdisney.com. So if you're interested in a official Disney mask, there you go. There you go. There you go. The animal set, it's cute. It's their noses. So like the dog from Up, it's his little nose and mouth, and the cat, you know, I didn't look and see which animals they were other than the Up dog. What is his name? I can't think of his name. Steph, the kitties are, I don't know where they are. I'm sure they'll crash the stream at some point. And thank you. The Marvel set. Yeah, the Marvel set's actually really cool. I wish I could screen share without him here, but I can't. The Marvel set's really neat. It looks really good. And I like the Mickey and Minnie set personally. It's really cool. Doug, that's his name. Ha!
I'm so sorry, but I don't even know where I don't know where he is. I got a text saying I'm at your door and there's no one at my door.
Uh-oh. Did he deliver to the wrong place?
I don't know.
Hope not.
I don't
Try
know.
calling him?
We'll figure it out. All right, so I don't think she's seen the chat. Jeremy's here. He says, "What's the
Yes,
latest?"
I have. I went through all of that.
Oh, you went through all that. Okay.
Yeah.
Total epic live stream fail.
Yep.
And that's that. I guess we'll see. Guess we'll see what happens. All right, everybody, hit that. What do we call it again? Fast pass button.
Yeah, the fast pass button. Smash it.
Yeah. And then
Smash
we will go. We'll go there. Matthew says Walt Disney World will reopen this Monday. Nah, not even. I think it'll be. If anything, it'll be June. It'll be June. They are asking some of the workers to go back. The cast members that I know from Universal Studios and Disney said that they are going back to work in May. So, but they're not opening. They're not opening to the public. But I guess they're going back to.
So, the theme parks are going to be a while, guys. Don't even worry about that. Now, Disney Springs, different story. Disney Springs could be open sooner rather than later, just because they have a lot of restaurants and retail shops, which Governor DeSantis has approved to be open for phase 1. So, depending on how quickly they can get food stocked back up for their restaurants in Disney Springs, that would be easier. Than the theme parks are going to take a while. So don't get your hopes up just yet. Not yet. That's okay. We're going to go through it. We'll go through it.
Yeah, absolutely. But still, like that's the thing is people they just don't even know if it's gonna, like, how's it gonna be in June, because they have released some guidelines that we're gonna show here real quick, and it's just kind of weird how this is gonna affect. So basically, one of the guidelines is that they're gonna open the parks to 25% capacity to start with. So like the first 2 weeks, and this is all possibility. It's all possible. You never know. It could change. But I can't imagine going to a theme park with only 25% capacity. I don't know how they rate that. So basically, it's like get there really early, and then hopefully you're lucky to get picked, because all that's going to do is drive. It's possible it could drive a lot of crowds at the front gate. So, then that just defeats the whole purpose of
it's going to be interesting, because the preliminaries, which I went over in my video, the preliminaries are 50% capacity. But that's a normal day. So I don't see that.
But even 50%, like that, I don't even know what those exact numbers are. Like how that even works, or how that. Who knows? But the other thing is too is that if they're just going to limit it to people locally, I think that's going to cause more of a headache than anything, because, like I was saying before, I don't know how they're going to make much money doing that.
They're
because,
not.
Like, let's just take me for example. I have an annual pass. I go to the parks. I don't need to buy anything, because let's just get in my car and go home. I'm not staying at a hotel. I'm not, if I do anything, I'll buy a water. That's about it. I usually don't eat in the parks, but I can just go there for a few hours and go home. So it's not like I need to pack a whole day. Like when people vacation, they try to get the best bang out of their buck. They wake up early. They go to the parks all day. They stay out in that sun. they eat there, then they wait till they leave just because, you know, they're paying a lot of money to get in.
Yeah.
So
it's the annual pass holders that are out of state, like myself and my are my running people that we run Disney all the time, that spend on top of your international people that are spending thousands of dollars to come to Disney outside of state. So they're going to have to, if they do decide to do local, I don't see it lasting very long. Maybe like a trial run for a week just to see how people do, but I don't see that lasting because there's just no way.
I'll show you guys some of these guidelines real quick. But I do have I have an invitation to go to Universal Studios when they open.
Yay!
So, yeah, they're gonna send me to Universal Studios when it opens. Which they're hoping is the first week of June, sometime the first week in June. So, but then they're gonna let me know. They're gonna let me know. Yeah, exactly. This is the issue. This is what I also think will keep people away.
Yeah.
I can't imagine planning a Disney vacation with little kids and no guarantee we'll get into the park.
You know what they could do though? And Disney, for those of you who are familiar with Disneyland side of things, Disneyland actually introduced a new annual pass this year. It's real cheap. But it's reservation based, which doesn't really mean anything. But like if you are planning on going in June, for instance, so you would log into the Disneyland website or app and you would pick your days. Like I'm going between June 5th and June 8th. And you would mark out those dates. And as long as they're greened out, then you can pick that as that annual pass holder. If they're not, then you can't go. But that could be something that Orlando might put into place and say, okay, we have 25%, pick your dates, and then they adjust accordingly from there. And that way you don't have this big crowd of people lined up. You already have your reservations to get into the park. That could be something that they implement. What?
Possible, or just you. I just think it's going to be, I think people are going to stay away for that, especially ones with kids.
Yeah.
It might get packed with a bunch of local people because we've had nothing to do for a while. I also think they're going to offer, if they can't get people, if they can't get people to come, you know, because again, like they said, I don't want to plan a whole trip and then not be able to do anything. I don't want to spend all this money and only, you know, 10% of the rides are open. Or anything like that, then I bet they're going to offer like discounted tickets just to get people to come, because not only is Disney World is going to be fighting with Vegas, with other destinations. You don't think so?
We won't be opening for a good long while. Our governor has basically followed Governor Newsom's plan, which is, I don't know. So Disney will be open well before Vegas. Well, at this point, it's rough out here right now on the West Coast. So
all right, so here we go. Let's look at
Ryan.
I don't even know what to say.
I don't know what to say to that either.
Here are some of the proposed guidelines. Now, the smaller theme parks, which I find interesting, they consider Topgolf a small theme park.
Yeah, I'm not sure why. Well, I think they're just throwing out there like, now again, guys, these are not official. Just for those of you who are going to come in here and go, they never said this happened. I know they're preliminaries that were thrown in as at the task force meeting a few days ago. So they're not official. These are not real, or not. They're not real, but they're not official. They're not in place. So just keep that in mind. Just disclaimer.
Fun Spot is it's okay. Andretti go-karting, yeah, I can see that. That's a waste of money. Don't do that. Gatorland. The only thing cool about Gatorland is they have zip lines over the alligator parks, which is kind of cool. It's kind of cool. It's a little thrill-seeking, but it's kind of cool. But right now, I think when the staff goes back to the park, they're going to be making marks all over the lines for 6 feet apart in ride and track and queue. I know that's coming because I've spoken to cast members and they say, yeah, like there's probably going to be dots or X's or whatever they're going to do. And that's going to be their job for the month, is putting those everywhere. So that's going to really screw up the line spacing. That's going to make the lines 10 times as long than normal if there's like a regular day at the park, because you've got 6 feet, which is usually packed in with about 12 people. waiting in some of these lines. Phase 1 and 2, staff who are 65 and older are encouraged to stay home. That's interesting. All employees are required to wear face masks. That's going to suck in Florida. That's going to be hot.
Yeah.
And not fun.
Yeah.
The touchless hand sanitizers, we saw that in Disney already. I already seen them up everywhere. Right before most of the rides and after, there's a station right there. Temperature checks for all staff. 100 degrees, 100.4 must not enter the premises. But the thing is, it's hot. Like, it's 90 some degrees here already. And if you're gonna be standing out in the sun all day, your body's gonna be a little warm.
That's the problem with these forehead. Like, they've been doing the forehead temperatures, or you would have to do the inner ear, which with the scanning ones that they've been doing, you can do. You have to put it up against not up against, but right in front of the ear hole here. That would be to get your internal temperature. But the forehead ones, they're going to be all over the place because they're just reading the surface of your skin. It's not reading your internal temperature, which is what you need to be worried about.
Yeah, now
I don't know how they're going to do that.
This is small theme park guidelines. So I go to Topgolf all the time.
Love Topgolf.
Yeah, so it's basically a restaurant where you can hit a golf ball. So everyone's outside. There's really no inside. There's a little inside area. The one here in Orlando, I don't know how they are. I guess they're all kind of built the same. And so I wonder how that's going to work. The Gatorland is all outside. Mm-hmm. So all that is there. And let's see. Now the larger is Disney Universal. I wonder where Legoland probably falls in the larger theme parks. Again, it's the same thing. Staff regularly wipe down surfaces at random, and all employees must wear face masks, touch hand sanitizers. The other thing is they want to have like a touchless system. So I wonder if that's going to be like when you go to the park, you got to put your thumbprint or your fingerprint down. I wonder if they're going to get rid of that. Yep. Because there was a time where they didn't have that. This was like a few years ago. All right. I'm not proud of it, but I would give my annual pass to people and they would just.
But that's what brings up your photo is you do the thing and then
they would just use it for whatever. Yeah. So. So now that they implemented the touch stream, I'm not allowed to really do that anymore.
Well, the thing is, too, is if everybody, and not everybody, because I don't see them mandating it, but if people are coming in masks, they're going to have to get rid of that whole photo thing, at least for a while anyway, because, it's your photo. Would you pull the mask down so they can look at your photo? That would be, I don't know.
No, the stream is still up. Yeah, and... So that would be something if they get rid of that. And then also, I just can't get over the lines, man. The lines are going to drive me crazy because if it's 6 feet while you're standing in line, so they're basically going to have dots on the ground. You're going to stand there with your party. Your party's like, from what I heard, if your party is up to like 8 people. So there's going to be 8 people on these dots max, and then they're going to move them every 6 feet. How are you going to regulate that? Number one, you're going to have cast members stand there the whole time saying, stay on the dot, stay on the dot, stay on the dot. Then on top of it, it's going to make the lines really long, but then they're only going to keep it to 50% capacity, which I just don't know how they're going to figure that out.
To be honest with you, I don't think as many people, like everybody keeps saying it. If you watch social media, I can't wait till the parks are open. I can't wait to go. But I think a lot of people are all talk and they're actually not going to go. Just because those same people who are saying, I'll go, are also saying, well, if they're going to put in all these restrictions, I'm not paying that kind of money to get not the full experience. So I honestly don't see the crowds being as big as everybody thinks that they're going to be. And with the rides, they've already implemented that in a bunch of grocery stores, at least out here, and people follow it automatically because people are that's just ingrained in their brains is, stand here. Okay. So the cast members would have to enforce it a little bit, but I don't think there's going to be that many crowds. And if they do virtual queues, that would even be better. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how they do it. And then some rides won't even be able to open. Like Haunted Mansion ain't going to be able to open. It's all indoors. It's not going to happen. None me. The other thing that concerns me too is all of the cast members wearing masks all the time.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like that could get hard.
Well,
They definitely have to allow breaks and stuff like that too.
yeah, and they would have to figure out a way to schedule them out to rotate the masks, because masks are great and all, but in the heat and the humidity, especially in Florida and out here too, it's already way too hot. You get all that sweat ring and bacteria and diseases. Oh, that's a breeding ground. It's a petri dish around your face, basically, because when you take it off, you're immediately going to go like this and wipe your face. It's just, I don't know
One
about
thing is, if we're at the park and somebody sneezes, are they going to tell them to leave?
I don't know. I don't know.
There's like a little kid in there and he like drinks water too fast and starts coughing. Are they going to say, you got to go? Yeah. Like that's going to cause all kinds of issues. Yeah, I agree with you based on your dad.
I'm not saying it's not going to be packed. I just don't think it's going to be as insane as we all think of. Although the beaches tell me otherwise. So no, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I get it. Sneezing is not a symptom, but it causes freak out.
Yeah. Have you sneezed in public lately, Ryan? People look at you like you have 6 heads.
If you're standing in line and someone sneezes, like, and then like you got all the other people at the park going, "What? Get him out of here! He's sick." I mean, I don't. Are they gonna come around with a little thing and stick you in the ear just to? Mm-hmm. And then on top of everything else, they're gonna spray down the They're gonna spray down each ride every time, so that or wipe it down, which also is gonna. It's gonna back up, even if it's at 50%. I'm telling you. Yeah. It's gonna it's gonna be slow. So people are gonna think, oh, there's only gonna be 50% people here. It's not gonna be as crowded. I'll be able to do a lot more. But the fact that the workers have to work this hard just to get people on and off, it's, oh my gosh, it's gonna be weird.
Yeah, they're gonna have to slow down some of the rides. So like Thunder Mountain will have to run at a slower speed. They're gonna have to close every other car. They're going to close every other row. Single riders are gonna have riders, it's going to be interesting.
So Steph, they're not going to take temperatures of only the workers.
Mm-hmm. Only the workers.
Yeah, not the people.
People have not been specified as of yet anyway. I think Shanghai Disney is doing that, but they're only open for their downtown Disney. What is it called? Disney Town is the only thing open in Shanghai right now. So they can afford to take people's temperatures as they come in, because it's a little group of people.
They are. I will say this though, Disney has jumped on the selling mask train.
I was talking about that with them earlier.
So now you can go buy. Now they can go buy Disney themed masks to wear in the park. Yeah. That's the thing. Yeah, that's the issue. That's the issue, man. That's the issue.
Just like every other, well, not every other, but most other illnesses. But the thing with the masks on Shop Disney, I was telling the chat while you were gone, they don't even start shipping until the middle of June. So if you plan on, like me, I'm going out there May 31st, and if they are open and I walk in there, I'm not going to be able to wear my cool Disney mask because it hasn't gotten to my house yet, which is just silly. So. All
right, hold on. I'll be right back.
Okay.
The doorbell just rang. Sorry.
Yay!
Live stream fail, man.
Victory! Okay. So for those of you in the chat, I see you guys talking about the characters wearing masks. Your faceless, your maskless characters. So Cinderella, Prince Charming, Mulan, all of those face characters, the princesses and all of those guys will not be out in the parks. They've already kind of thrown that around. It's not in these guidelines, but they will not be in the parks. And the only ones you're probably going to see once this all gets put together is going to be Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, because they have a mask that protects them anyway. So, and then other people can take it off and clean it. But your princesses, it ain't going to happen for a while. So if you have kids and you're planning on going and they love the princesses, you might want to wait, because they're the face characters. Disney's not going to ruin the magic by putting a mask on a princess. Like that's not going to happen. And it's not worth the risk. So your face characters are not going to be out for quite some time. So just plan on Beast, Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, all those guys with the big headpieces.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I ordered food and it's still not here. The doorbell was my neighbor's, so I didn't.
Did they have your food?
I don't know. They're supposed to be here before the stream.
Did you call him? Call him and find out where he's at.
I'm on Uber Eats, man. Uber Eats. They're letting me down, man. They're letting me down.
At least we won't see Ray. Yeah, exactly. Ray won't be able to walk around. The stormtroopers will. Chewie will. And all of those guys. Kylo Ren probably.
There we go. The biggest problem is when you first get to the park, the security checkpoint at the very beginning. It's at the very beginning is so packed. Like that's probably one of the biggest lines you wait in, which is kind of annoying. They have like the no bag, and you're always with somebody with a bag.
Yeah, or
when
5 bags.
Don't bring a bag, but there's always
We don't
somebody
have
with a bag.
like you guys do. Okay, sorry.
And so now you got to wait in this freaking long line for them to look. They basically just stick a stick in your bag and go, all right, that's cool. And then you go through. But then that's the other thing. I wonder how they're going to contain that because it's going to be a lot of cluster.
I don't know. They could separate it, which I think they should do anyway. So if they do end up doing this, they could separate it. You have your no bag line. You have like me who carries a bag that's this freaking big that takes 0.5 seconds to go through. You'd have that line, and then you can have your crazy moms with their 6 strollers and all of that over there and have that separated. And that would help space people out a little bit. But I don't know. There's a lot to think about.
My issue is I think a lot of local people with annual passes will go because there's nothing to do. But I also think that why would you bring people there if there's nothing to do there? That's just
yeah
where we're at. The funny thing is, Ryan, there's actually a group. Look at that. There's actually a group. There's actually a local group here that are waiting for the parks to open just so they can walk around the park.
Yeah.
They don't want to ride nothing. They all want to go exercise at the park to go look at stuff, and they just walk around. Mm-hmm. They go there right when it opens. They walk around the freaking park for like 4 or 5 times, and they go home. That's it. That's all they do. They don't spend no money. They don't do anything. Just show up, like, walk around Epcot, and they do all those things and so on. Now, my friend at Universal Studios said that they've already started practicing. They started practicing. There's a new ride opening called the Jason Bourne Experience. It has taken over the Terminator ride at Universal Studios, and they're already back. They're already back at the. They're already back performing their massive stunt show. So, you know, everyone's talking about my Uber Eats in the chat. It hasn't come in yet. I don't know why. It says, sorry that you're experiencing this. It says on the app that my food has arrived, but it didn't arrive. It's not here. It says delivered. It didn't deliver.
It went to somewhere else. It had to have gone to the wrong wherever. Wrong house, wrong apartment, wrong building, whatever.
Yeah. That sucks.
Yeah, Alex, they took the Terminator show out.
Subhuman says, I have your food. It's delicious. You don't even know what I ordered.
Everybody's saying they delivered it to Jesse.
Probably. I mean, I don't get it. The weird thing is the driver texts me. He says, I'm here. And then I went and stood out by the door. And then he said, I'm going to leave it by the door. And I was like, okay. So then I went back to the live stream. And now it says, your food was delivered. Thanks for leaving a tip for the driver. Please leave feedback. So then I hit get help. And I was just like, my order never arrived.
Your neighbor had to have gotten it. And that's the only thing I can think of.
Jay's concerned about food right now, making me sad for him. Oh, it's my dinner. It's like such a terrible. I'm so sorry for my live stream people. Oh my gosh. Look who's in the chat. He already has an account. And is C3PO wearing lipstick? My goodness. My goodness. Yeah, the driver got hungry. That's probably what happened. How much? I'm always a good tipper. I'm a really good tip. I'm a really good tipper. People work hard. Let's see. All right, now they're texting me. Great. Now I've got to focus on this. Well, I'm trying to focus on this. My issue is too, like, what are they gonna do with complaining people? You know? So I'm in line. I'm on the phone. I accidentally step out of my red circle, you know.
Sucks for you.
And so-and-so's mom is mad at me for getting too close to little Billy. You know, are they going to go complain? He needs to leave the park. He's not following the rules. All right. The sad thing is, this is a tale of two parks.
Yeah.
Universal Studios, their security team and everything, they don't really do everything with a smile. Okay.
Yeah.
Disney is basically the customer's always right, even if they're 100% wrong. I hope you have a magical day. We're sorry that your experience is ruined. Here's free stuff. That's Disney. I'm telling you, I've seen it right before my eyes. It's crazy. And but Universal is like, nah, bro, we ain't like that. So it's kind of it's. I just wonder how they're gonna do how they're gonna deal with that as well. Also, are they gonna open the parks in like sections? Is that it'll be so weird if they like. I even heard rumors that they're just gonna open the restaurants and no rides like the first week. Why would you go? Yeah, like, so why would you go just to go to a restaurant? Is it just saying I want to get out of the house?
Yeah. I mean, for me, I have an annual pass now, so it doesn't matter to me. I just like being there. So it does. I can go for the next year. It doesn't bother me. But like people who are planning their trips that don't have annual passes that are coming from wherever, then yeah, you definitely do not want to go. That's just silly. But this is why I think Disney Springs will open up first, personally, so that they can gauge how people are handling it.
Here's me and Uber Eats. I'm like, can I just get a reorder? They were gonna give me a full refund. I was like, I just want food. I'm hungry.
I'm hungry.
Dear God, I'm doing this on a live stream. Forgive me. This year is the worst year.
They did. They gave it to somebody else. Who is
Justin, can you send me a quick DM? I'll send you the link. I asked him if he could be on with this too. It's just because now the thing is, most theme parks and what I hear from everyone else, they follow Disney. That's why we talk a lot about Disney, because as Disney goes, so does all the other goes. When Disney said none of the other parks were scheduled to shut down. When Disney said we're shutting down, the dominoes, you know, they all fell. So
honestly, though, I think it's going to be a little. I can see it being a bit of the opposite in this situation, because Gatorland's so much easier to pop open just real quick. You know, the little theme parks are going to have your little guys are going to have an advantage here because they're not as big. They don't get a lot of people really in general anyway. They're all outside. You know, there's very little, like Legoland even has very little rides that are indoors or all outdoors. And I could see the little parks going, let's try this and see how it goes, you know, based off of what like these guidelines and what other theme parks are doing, like in Shanghai and Tokyo and all of that too. But it's definitely going to be interesting to see.
I would love for Legoland to open too, because Legoland I can do every single day for an hour, not even a problem.
I see the little guys opening first this time around because they're just going to be so much easier. The only thing that everybody's going to have a problem with, and I don't know if Legoland did it. I don't remember seeing a report on it, but they might have. Did the little guys also donate all of their food like Disney, Universal, Six Flags, and all of them did? Or do they have to stock back up like the big guys do? I don't know.
That's it. Yeah. See that, and that's
what's going to delay the rest.
Do you think the reverse could happen, such as they don't open any restaurants because of the social distancing? Did they lose all their food because they gave it all away?
Yeah, that's what Disney and Universal right now are going to be delayed restaurant opening, whenever they decide to do that, unless they've been ordering the last couple weeks, because they literally donated all of their food to food banks, so they have none. So the restaurants can't open up even if they wanted to, unless they wanted to just serve alcohol, which is a possibility. But the shops are good to go. Like the retail shops at Disney Springs and at City Walk, they just put everything in the back and shut the doors. So that's easy to just unload.
Are the season pass holders getting a refund? What they're doing is so I have an annual pass that pays monthly. All right. Yes. Jeremy doesn't pay for my annual pass. Just so y'all are wondering.
The only thing he doesn't pay for.
All right. I have my own job. I make my own money. All right. And so when you're a Florida resident, you have the Florida resident annual pass is I want to say like really, really cheap compared to what like Tugs would pay because she's out of state. And she has to pay the entire balance one shot. And you got to pay the year. So we have an option in Florida. We only have to pay monthly. So monthly, and my monthly bill for the annual passes, I think is $39. It's really cheap. So what they've done was they've just stopped billing me for the few months, and then they're just going to add that to the end of the pass. So my renew month is February 1st every year. It renews, and the way they have it set up is I have to personally renew it. They're just not going to automatically renew it. At the end of the year, I have to personally renew it. So they're going to add those existing months to the end of the annual pass. From what I understand.
Sorry. On my side of things, because I have to pay for the full year, they're either you can get a partial refund or you can just have them extend it. So I haven't even activated mine yet, so it doesn't matter to me. But if I had activated mine in March when I was supposed to, and they shut down, then the March, April, May, and June would be extended to next year. So instead of renewing into March, I would renew in June. So they just add it extended, or I can call them and have them do a partial refund, which I don't know if it's half. That I'm not clear on because nobody's really done it yet. But you can get a partial refund for the months that are closed. So. And that's for all of them. That's Universal, that's Disney, and Legoland also put that out there too. So.
Sorry.
Yeah, Tina, it is really fair of them. I thought that they handled that really well. Honestly, all of them did. So they're doing really good. Ooh, yes, James 007. Start Food and Wine Festival now and let it run the rest of the year. Done. Yes, please. I love the Food and Wine Festival is my favorite. I love it so much.
Yeah, I mean, it's really fair of them. What if Disney made their own toilet paper? They probably do.
They probably do.
They probably do. And we are joined by my good friend Justin is here. How are you, sir?
Hey, I'm doing really well. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great, man.
Yeah.
I know you work night shifts, and so thank you for wrecking your sleep. And
what time zone are you at right now, Justin? Are you with me on Pacific time?
No, I'm on drunk time, Eastern.
So you're in Margaritaville? Sweet, perfect.
Margaritaville. Oh yeah. No, but I live in Ohio now. My new apartment still needs some work, as you can tell. I don't even think you can see. There's a poster of C-3PO in the background.
No, guitar though.
Oh yeah. My SG that I have neglected for 4 years. I'm so glad that she's back in my life. But anyways, we're talking about theme parks reopening. There's a lot going on with I know you guys mostly talk about Universal and Disney, but what I've been looking at recently was Cedar Point, which is in Sandusky, Ohio. The city is actually making cuts, like pay cuts, to compensate for the delayed Cedar Point opening. And this is really significant because, what happens with these smaller towns is that their entire economy is basically fueled by these nearby theme parks, Cedar Point being a huge example of that. So there are pay cuts across the board. Like people are losing their jobs there. Each day Cedar Point is closed, apparently the city loses $70,000. $70,000. They're projecting that they're going to have a somewhere between a 22 and 45% loss of revenue for the entire city. And there's like a $10 million deficit. I mean, this is nuts.
When are they supposed to open? It's this month, isn't it? Normally?
Yeah, normally they would. I don't know what kind of precautions that they're taking. But I mean, normally they wouldn't. They're supposed to be opening next week. I think May. I think around maybe a couple weeks before Memorial Day. So yeah, next week. Is that when Disney's reopening with their new guidelines?
No,
they're not. Probably not opening till June.
June.
Oh.
So Disney, and I haven't checked Universal, but last I checked, they were the same. Disney, you can't even buy park tickets until June 1st. All of their dinner or restaurant reservations are June 1st, and all of their hotel reservations are June 1st. So the guidelines that we were looking over, those were ones that were just talked about in the task force meeting a couple of days ago.
Oh.
And then the day before, DeSantis came out and did his phase 1 press conference. So he's done his press conference, which gave, them the go ahead for restaurants and retail shops. And the mayor said that Disney, Universal, et cetera, are not exempt from that. So if they choose to, like if they decide tomorrow, you know what, yep, we can open these shops, or yep, we can open 1 or 2 restaurants, let's do it. They can, like they're not exempt. So,
yeah.
But they haven't come out and said anything yet. Officially.
Okay. And I was listening to that earlier, and I was thinking, like, who the hell would pay however much it costs to get into Disney World, not be able to ride the rides, just go to the restaurants, like aside from like Michael K and these weird YouTubers who love like, I mean, I mean, because I don't live in Orlando, I don't live in Florida, I don't have that luxury, drunk 3PO, of just like walking to Legoland whenever I want.
I would go.
Yeah, I would go if I had a pass.
If they just open the restaurants, I probably would still go.
I go. I don't live there, but I have an annual pass. I bought one right before my last trip that I was supposed to take, and so I have the annual pass, and I have tickets out there at the end of May that were like $20 round trip. So I'm like, screw it, I might as well just go and see where we're at right now. So we'll see.
Oh yeah, because it costs like $20 to fly anywhere out of Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
never. It's the best. It's literally
$17.
It was literally $11 each way for May 31st, and then again on June 12th.
Oh my God.
So I was like, you know what? Even if I go and I just like hang out with Jesse and Jay and whoever, or go to the beach or spend the whole time at the pool, I don't care. I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, if that's the worst thing that happens, I think you're living life pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
What is going on with Disneyland, California?
Disneyland?
I'm calling it now. Disneyland will not open until next year. Governor Newsom is pissed. Everybody went to the beach. There was huge protests at Huntington Beach because people went to the beach a couple of weekends ago. There was a ton of people at Newport Beach, but everybody was still, if you look at the pictures, everybody actually was doing really well social distancing wise. There just was a ton of people. He got mad. He ordered a hard closure of all beaches, and basically stepped up his whatever it is he's doing. And he's basically told all of California, don't even think about anything until next year. So
that's why I left.
Yeah, he's on a power
How would he win re-election? Like,
I don't know. He's a fucking moron.
Language on the Park Hoppin.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's a family-friendly channel.
My apologies.
It's okay.
My apologies.
That's why my good friend Ryan is not on.
And Ryan can back me up on all this too, because he's out there. But yeah, Governor Newsom he's mad, and he's on a power trip, and he's not even in the federal government phases yet. He is in his own phases, and so he wants to go through all 4 of his stages first, and then they can consider the federal reopening guidelines. Like, he's not even looking at it, so it's not going to be. If Disneyland opens before January, I will be impressed, but it's not going to happen. It just isn't. He just flat out is like, no. Nope.
Yeah, I would think that it's closer to I mean, definitely not June. I mean, California it's like the largest state, and has like what, I don't know, 40 million people live there. It's ridiculous, and I understand how it's really difficult to maintain all of those people. And try to be able to
that their numbers
facilitate that.
Yeah, but their numbers aren't where they technically should be. They should be, in theory, another New York, but they're not. So he's just kind of like personally, I feel like he's just being a little bit excessive, just like a smidge.
I think he's just afraid.
All right, so here we go. Questions for the chat.
Yes.
Questions for the panel. Let's start with Disney. We'll just say Walt Disney World, Orlando in general. With these proposed guidelines, would you feel safe going to the park? 6 feet separated from everybody. All staff wears masks. Hand sanitizer stations at the end of every ride wiped down. Restaurants, large separation from people, because they can't separate you walking through.
No.
So would the chat feel safe? Would everyone feel safe going to the parks if that was in place? I got a lot of yeses in the chat. Justin?
Even if it's a little bit more lax with the social distancing, because there's only so much you can do, just like stay away, like my work is very excessive with that. And by the way, there are ways to take someone's temperature when they're just walking in. My work does that. We just walk and then they just kind of detect it.
It's just yes or no questions. So like that, yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. We'll get back to that in a second. All right. I've got all
yeses. Look at all the yeses.
I got all yeses. He said yes, but I wouldn't go. I don't trust people. Well, that's okay.
That's okay.
We got one no.
One no. Two no's.
Couple no's. So that doesn't make you feel safe. All right.
Honestly,
would you guys go to the theme park if all those things were in place, but you had to wear a mask the whole time you were there as well? Would you still go?
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't. That might be, unless they approved my. Well,
here's the thing too: is Disney, and you can attest to this too, Jay. Disney is very, very strict on what you wear into the park anyway on your face. You come in face painting. Yeah. If you're a kid, you can get away with face painting. If you're an adult, you better wash it off. You can't come in a mask, period. Like Halloween is they come out with all these guidelines every Halloween for their Halloween parties because people dress up and wear masks and you can't. So
I was told by the cast members, my drunk 3PO shirt would not be allowed.
What? No.
I only wear the one with the fedora. Well, number one, the original one has the word drunk on it, and they don't like that stuff around the kids.
I'll take the risk just to show off your merch.
Number two, the other one has C-3PO, a pretty close replica of that robot. It's not the same one, Disney. Anyway, having beers in his head.
Is it the one that the shirt that I got a while ago?
That one that says drunk and
and so one of the cast members were like, they might say something, they might not. Like, I would hate for you to like get all the way here and then you go, you can't come in with that shirt. You got to go all the way back home. So I have worn the other one that has the fedora on. No one said anything, but I have seen people at the gate told they can't wear whatever they had on, and I'm trying like not to be too nosy, but I'm like trying to stare, and they had. Like the F word, they had like a sexual, like girls wearing like thongs, like on their, I don't know, like whatever. They had all that stuff on their clothes. So
California is really big on that because there's a lot of gangs in California.
So
your annual pass holders are usually your lower class of the California residents anyway, whom are involved with a lot of gangs, and so it spirals. So I've seen people turn away. Or I've seen cast members turn away, especially the guys, in solid red shirts, solid blue shirts. If it's got a certain tattoo look to it, a T-shirt, they'll turn them away because it's possibly gang affiliated. Like California is really strict on that one. It's very interesting watching them turn people away because you're like, oh boy.
You know how they get sometimes. I mean, you remember what happened in Toontown?
Oh yeah.
I've never been to Disney.
That was Disneyland.
You've never been to Disneyland? The only thing that's good about Disneyland is that, it's not like Orlando. Orlando has, with the parks, they're twice as many and they're twice as good, twice as big. I mean, it's unbelievable. Walt Disney really got a steal on that land property deal.
And they just bought a ton more.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Maybe they could do something with it. That'd be great. I'd love to see it. But yeah, it's what's kind of cool about Disneyland is like knowing that Walt Disney was there, and just like you can like feel like his. It's so weird. You feel his spirit like going through the park, and it's just kind of like it does feel a little bit magical, you know.
Yeah.
What's
Just
his apartment? Is his home in there? You can go.
Yeah,
see
the
it?
apartment. It's there.
Mhm.
The
Yeah,
light is still on in the window for my nostalgic people. The light, they did not turn the light off. It's still on.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's still on. So
It just hits me in the right place in the feels.
Cars Land.
Never.
Oh, Land's gonna be pretty cool too.
I like.
Yeah, I want to
like
go
Disneyland.
just to ride the Indiana Jones ride,
Best ride.
and
I love that ride. If I could pick that ride up and put it in Disney World, then Disney World would be absolute perfection. That's my favorite ride.
We had a great time. Gary, Jeremy, and a couple of others we were riding the Matterhorn. We're like Matterhorn video, and like the entire time like going up right before the drop.
That ride hurts. I struggle riding that ride. That thing. Oof.
I can handle anything after Cedar Point. I mean,
Yeah.
like
Bobsleds are.
oh yeah. But it's a lot of fun. I heard that they had a basketball court up there just so they can like meet the height requirements for whenever they built it, which is kind of cool.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yes. Anyway, so I've never been, and
You will someday, and it'll be
You'll
like
get there. You'll get
yeah.
to
I might go there and be like, some people will tell me you'll go there and go,
yeah, kind of. It's
I've been in
underwhelming.
Orlando parks my whole life. Like you said, like
Yeah.
there's so much to do in Orlando, from hopping to different parks to downtown to Disney Springs to all those things. And even if you get bored, you could take a bus from Disney to Universal Studios or to Legoland or to SeaWorld or to Busch Gardens or to Topgolf. Or
That's the thing too is if you want to go to Universal, it's an hour drive from Disney to Universal. They're in
California.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, not here.
Not even that. They're a little shorter than that. Oh no, you're right about that. In California.
Yeah, in California.
Yeah, no, Orlando's not so bad. It's really
Orlando's really easy. But
yeah, you could go through Universal Studios in like a day, and like it's really small.
In California.
Yeah, it's just
terrible.
It's not terrible, but like you know, like the Harry Potter land is just kind of like it's not the same. You know, it's not even
like big. It's so tiny.
It really is. Everything is just tiny there, and like even the magic, like the castle at Disneyland, it just seems like it is just really small. Whereas like at Disney World, it just seems like maybe because I was in kindergarten when I first went, I just thought like, oh wow, this is so tall. Then seeing like this pink castle at Disneyland, like, what is this?
It's
like this is nothing. Yeah, that too. It's
and
just like
does not come off the top of Disneyland Castle because it's not tall enough.
No, it's not.
Fun fact about Tinkerbell: 99% of the time, that's a guy.
I figured.
Anyway, I don't know what y'all talking about. I mean, we're just trying to.
Sorry,
it's okay.
We're just having general. You know, I'm just trying to see what people would go if they feel safe. The Universal here in Orlando is definitely supreme.
Mm-hmm.
As far as Harry Potter stuff goes, they've really.
Oh yeah,
they've really and then now that they've connected the parks through the Hogwarts Express train, which is pretty amazing. All right, a question. I know there was a Galaxy's Edge question. I'm going to get to that real soon. This comes from James 007. You need to get a little 007 avatar going there, buddy, instead of Orange Man. You don't want Orange Man. You need to have like a picture in there. Are buses, monorail, and boat transportation around the world, which is probably Orlando, going to be impacted? Yes, they are. They're going to limit the number of people that get on, because if you've ever ridden the bus transportation in Disney Orlando, it's
lock you in.
You get a seat. You're like, it's like hitting the lottery, man. It's like hitting the freaking lottery, bro. Like if you get on the bus to go to the next place and you can find a seat, it's like you've won the $1 million lottery. That's how
they pack you in there. You stand up.
It's better than that boat ride that takes forever.
Oh
the
yeah.
boat ride in Orlando is not so bad anymore because they've added a bunch of extra boats.
Yeah,
So,
they now have more. It's not too bad. We
so
didn't.
the boat ride. So here, let me tell you a secret. Whenever you come down here, Justin, I'm gonna take you on the secret, and you're gonna be like, "This is awesome."
All
This is
right.
awesome. You
I'm listening.
park at the boat yacht, restaurant, and hotel.
I'm
Okay,
writing this down.
It's free. It's free parking. All right. Nobody knows that. You from
Except
there.
now that you told them.
Yeah.
From there you could walk to Epcot or Hollywood Studios, or take a little boat ride to either one.
Mhm.
From Epcot, you could take the cable cars all the way over to Hollywood Studios. From Epcot, you could take it all the way to Magic Kingdom, to anywhere else. So everything is like right there, and you could take rides to get to the other parks. And it's actually kind of adventurous. It's not. It's actually a little bit easier. And then when you're done, if you want to eat, you're on the boardwalk, which for whatever reason, the boardwalk for me, it's never packed. There's always places you go and just go right in and sit down.
No.
Even on the most busy days. And they have everything. They've got ESPN restaurant. It's probably the only one that would be packed, especially if there's a good sporting night. But me and my brother went there like when there was a playoff game. I think it was a playoff game with the Eagles playing. We still got a seat. And they have Abracadabra's Illusion Bar, and there's all kinds of places, cheap restaurants and then you could also eat at the Boardwalk Hotel there if you wanted to. They have a buffet there too. So that's how that is. It's going to take forever to get to Magic Kingdom now. That's an excellent point, because that is the worst. When my friends come to visit, I always say, what park you want to go to? If they say Magic Kingdom, I normally say, all right, I'll catch you on another day, because I don't want to go.
No, it's like my parents decided to take us there to the freaking Magic Kingdom on Easter Sunday. I'm like, that's a terrible idea. Don't. No, it was a nightmare. It took 4 hours to get on like the stupid It's a Small World ride, and I was really upset. Like 4 hours. I'm like,
it's always jam packed.
But it's not even like, and being like, I think when I was there, I was like 10 years old. I want to ride like Space Mountain and stuff. That's fun. I don't want to sit in like a teacup ride. Even that's fun, but not It's a Small World. No.
But what James is saying is like, you have to park, and then there's only two options to get to Magic Kingdom. You take the big ferry boat, or you take the monorail. So you're not even at the park yet. And if they're going to limit the transportation, he's absolutely correct. And there's all this spacing. The line to get into Magic Kingdom will be crazy, because that means they're only going to allow so many people on the ferry boat, which means it's less people that they can carry across. And they got to monitor where everyone's sitting and standing if they're separated. Excuse me, a coughing on cue. And then the monorail system as well. That means they're going to limit the number of people on the monorail, how they sit. It's going to take forever to get to the Magic Kingdom. The best freaking bet, and this is another secret. If you want to go to the Magic Kingdom, go to a hotel where they have a restaurant and make a reservation at that restaurant. And just like, if you're going to eat, might as well eat at the hotel, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Make a reservation at that restaurant. Go to the hotel. You show the guy at the gate, I have a reservation for this restaurant. Then you sit, and the hotel restaurant will take you to the Magic Kingdom so you can bypass all that stuff.
I know about that. That is, yes, 100%.
That is worth it. I'm telling you, if you're gonna eat, you might as well make a reservation and then do that. That way it'll be easier. That's all I'm saying.
The contemporary resort is literally walking distance. You just walk down the.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, Tina, earlier. The boardwalk is, for me, that's what I always do. Every time we go to the park, I always park at the boardwalk. Even though I have free parking at the other parks, I always park at the boardwalk because I like being around the boardwalk at the end of the day. It's just so chill. You can get cotton candy.
Oh,
yeah.
I know. They have the only place in the entire Disney property. They have the art gallery with like artworks that are like $20,000-$30,000, and they're beautiful. They are beautiful, and I love going through that store. I walk through it every time on the boardwalk. It's beautiful.
Where's that?
It's
What's that next to?
It's James, if you're here, help me out with the name. Wallingtons or Waldens, something like that. It's beautiful.
Wyland.
What is it? Wylands, yeah, that's what it. It's right on the boardwalk. It's the only place the entire Disney property you could see like professionals painting, like Star Wars art, Disney art, everything, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. It ain't cheap.
Nope.
I always go in and ask the same question. I always go, yeah, Wyland Gallery. Thank you, Culture Casino. I always go in and I'm like, what's the most expensive thing you got in the shop now? And then they go, they always show me. Yeah, thank you guys.
What's that?
I know you got it too. I'm just trying to show support to the chat, Tugs, okay? And they like one time they'll go, this painting right here is $180,000. And you just go, oh, how will you get that to my house? And they're like, it's a professional ship where people will personally drive it wherever you live in the world, we'll take it. We'll take it and deliver it and hang it wherever you want. It's like a whole experience.
They will personally deliver it to you. Like they sent like 3 guys to like Seattle for a road trip.
It's not like you buy it and they go, here you go. You know, now you got to carry it around.
That'd be so bad. Somebody like, like some soccer mom is gonna like spill something on it, or like, there's just too many liabilities there.
You own it. You could take it if you want to, but they recommend that let us personally deliver it. They also have one piece in there. It's a dolphin. That's like a dolphin. It's like a giant dolphin statue that's handmade. That if you buy it, it's over $100,000. If you buy it, it takes like 8 months to make and deliver. So basically, you're buying a piece of art that you won't get for a year.
Yeah.
So
wow.
That's what Wyland. So Wyland is the artist. Wyland is famous for he does dolphin art. That's what he's famous for. Whale art. So all the stuff that you see in that gallery, that's the whales and the dolphins and the sea life. That's all Wyland. That's his art. And
oh my gosh, I didn't even think about the buffets.
They won't open. I know, beer garden. I know.
This is my favorite buffet at Epcot.
I know. So here's the thing, though. So there's a couple of restaurants like Contemporary.
Oh, Justin, come hang out with me, man. I got a spare. Come down, man.
I will.
You've never been to beer garden?
I have never been. Well, not as an adult. The last time I was at Epcot, I was 17 years old, and I was playing in the marching band, like when they have that parade, and I saw Woody take off his little hat and like smoking a cigarette. It was very it's very traumatizing.
Oh, yeah, the behind the scenes tour. It's so creepy. So I used to be a cast member, and underneath the Magic Kingdom, I'm about to ruin up a bunch of magic for y'all. Underneath Magic Kingdom, the whole park is tunnels. And that's where all the cast members go. So you can go through any door anywhere in Magic Kingdom, any of the shops, any of like the little restaurant stuff, the doors, and you go underground and you can pop out at the other end of the park. It's crazy. But also under there is the costume storage. And so there's a particular room that you walk by that's all heads. Mickey heads, Minnie heads, all heads, because it's all their masks and it's different facial expressions. So the first time I walked by it, I was like, what is that?
It's like, what are these severed heads doing here?
It's so creepy. But yeah. Anyway, buffets. I don't think buffets will open unless it's a restaurant that does not have a buffet option. So like the Wave at Contemporary Resort, you can pay $25 to do buffet, or you can eat a la carte. That will be,
Justin. So this German buffet, you get. Here's how you do it. Here's how you do it. You order the flight of beer.
Okay. Right. Is this like traveling around the world? Like
you're in Germany, right? You're in Germany. You order the flight of beer, and then you go to the buffet, and they have like this whole German show going on where they're blowing these trumpets and like dancing, and it's epic, man. It's like it's a great time to eat at Disney like that. Like that's how it's not like you're sitting around, you order, and you're just talking with your friends. It's like they put a whole show together for you. And then you get up whenever you want and go to the buffet. Now, the funny thing is, me and my brother went there for the very first time last year, or 2 years ago. I think that's what it was. And we were like confused at the buffet. And we kept eating all the food off the kitty. They had like a little kitty buffet.
You ate all the kids.
So like I wanted like German sausages and stuff like that and sauerkraut, and I only saw it on the kitty buffet. And we're trying to freaking, and if you ever meet me, I'm 6'4", 255. I'm big, all right. We're all like both trying to bend way over. I'm like, what is up with this buffet, man? What the freak?
Why
And
is
so
it so
finally, a cast member was like, "You want to go over there?" So like there was this whole other section you kind of walked in, and I was like, "Oh, I meant to do that."
But it's so good. It's all
to do that. Here, take my plate with all these little kitty food and let me get the real.
So good.
Oh
and
my
that's
god, that's hilarious.
Every year, Oktoberfest is in there as well. And Oktoberfest, if you've ever been to Epcot during Oktoberfest, Germany literally it's packed. You can't move wall to wall. People, Germany, that little.
We're a family friendly channel.
He's talking about the meat. I don't know what you're talking about.
What is the Ricola horns? They play those there at the.
It's so good. It's a lot like if you've been to the Irish bar in Disney Springs, Raglan Road. That atmosphere with the dancers and the Irish music. It's that.
What is this?
Raglan Road in Disney Springs. It's an Irish bar, and they've got the dancers. They play the music. Everybody that works there is Irish. It's so much fun.
I studied abroad in Ireland, so I would be very, very interested to go there.
Yeah,
the only issue with you got to be there's certain restaurants you got to be mentally prepared for.
What is it going to be like? Too much of a culture shock or something?
Like the one that Tugs is talking about, and I don't know how they're going to do that too, because that's a packed in place.
They can spread people out.
So this restaurant here, the Raglan Road, is you're not going to be able to talk to your friends when you get in there.
No, it's loud. It's loud.
It's loud. It's dancing. It's an experience. Everyone's jumping. Everyone takes a drink at the same time. It's like an experience.
It's so much.
So if you want to go somewhere and like, hey, Justin, you just want to chill and talk and like sit outside and people watch and whatever, then we go somewhere else.
At first,
I gotta go. I want to sing. I want to be free, Jay. I'm like, all right, Justin, I'll take you to this other.
Here's what we'll do. We'll
in Ireland, then because the Irish.
A lot of Guinness that is being consumed. A lot of dancers. Not so much like exactly what you're talking about, but it does get really crazy.
Yeah, this one is more of like putting on a show kind of thing. But yeah, it's so much fun.
Culture Casino, Culture Casino, are you in Florida? Did I miss where you said you were in Florida? Did I miss it?
I think he said it a little bit ago.
Where are you in Florida, man? I got all these people. I got Chris. He lives like 45 minutes from me. Where are you at? We need to just do a meet and greet when all this stuff opens up. Tugs will be in town sometime in June, and maybe we can do it all then.
Yes.
I'll get Justin down whenever.
I will fly down.
I'm there every couple of months. Okay. You gotta let me know when you're in town, brother. We can make that happen.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be there twice in June. Come at me.
So
it's gonna be my first time going to Disney World in like 10 years, or something like that, or I don't know. I don't know how long it's been, but
it's my favorite restaurant right here. I took 19K Fox. We went to Paradiso's. They have someone there that makes handmade mojitos. They're a little pricey, but
what's that one restaurant that has like it's like a rainforest kind of bar, Rainforest Cafe? This is the one I end up. This is the one I always.
Yeah, we don't. That's for little kids. We don't.
Really? Oh well, I was a kid when I went there, and I enjoyed it.
You're gonna go to Rainforest Cafe, which is in Animal Kingdom. Go to an Animal Kingdom restaurant.
Oh no! I'm gonna listen to Jay when it comes to where to go, and I still haven't been to the Avatar land that Jeremy won't shut up about.
Oh my God! It's singularly the greatest land Disney has ever come up with. I'm not even gonna.
And where's that in? Is that in Animal Kingdom? Mm-hmm. Okay, maybe Animal Kingdom will not be my least favorite theme park then. After that,
favorite. I love Animal Kingdom and Epcot are my two favorite theme parks.
I gotta hand it to Hollywood Studios though. That one corner with the Aerosmith ride, which is my favorite ride.
And Tower.
Yeah, that's my jam right there. Yeah. Everything else, no. Like this is where it's at.
See, I was at Hollywood Studios when it was MGM, and then when they shifted over, and it just, I don't know, it's not the same as it used to. It's just not the same. I love it still, but it's lost its Hollywood feel to it. It used to feel really, really Hollywood. I don't know.
All right, let me address something here. I have never been to Yak and Yeti.
What?
So I heard that it's really good, but I have been to Tiffin's, and that is the most. I think that is the most expensive restaurant, or at least the top 3 most expensive restaurant on Disney property. I have been there, and that you talk about. That is amazing restaurant. So that is an amazing restaurant. I mean, they actually have like desserts that you can paint and eat. Yeah. It's like crazy. Yeah, they get like give them like, here's like a cake, like it looks like Mickey, and you could paint it with like candy paint and then eat it. And the thing that I love about Tiffin's, it's in the middle of a park, and most of the times you go to theme park restaurants and they're loud. Like you can hear the noise of the crowds, and you can hear things. I mean, I don't know what they've done, but it's like quiet. You're afraid to talk loud.
Yeah, and everything
like
movie, and then like your server is like, I mean, he's like your personal butler. You know, he's like, he'll even put the little napkin on you if you want him to. So it's kind of
sounds like an incredible experience.
It is.
You're not in a pandemic.
Because then you go there, you know, and like then you can go right onto the Avatar ride. I will say this, like, there's a lot of comments going on in the chat.
Oh, Victoria and Albert. Yeah.
The crazy thing is, okay, so this question here, didn't Avatar replace It's a Bug's Life? No, Bug's Life is still in the center, and Avatar is its own land. And the thing that I love to do, especially what I'll do with Justin, is I'll let them visit Avatar. Did we eat at Avatar Land when we went, Tugs?
Yeah, we got those bowls, the salad bowls. Those were really good.
That's right. All right, that's right. And then you visit Pandora. And then you go to Galaxy's Edge, and then I'm just like, all right, tell me what you like. Give me an honest. And Justin won't lie. He'll be honest. He'll be like, no, man, this Galaxy's Edge was better than Avatar. I mean, he won't lie.
I will compare. I mean, I've been to the Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland.
The same thing. It's literally the same.
Is it really the exact same thing?
Yep.
Oh, come on.
Well, then I guess you'll.
The only thing, like, some things are laid like in different spots because the layouts, but it's literally the same. We went there when I was there. Jay and I went there, and I was like, this is the same. There's no difference here at all.
Well, I was recording a video at Galaxy's Edge.
Oh yeah,
because there's all these little scenes in the back that nobody even knows what the heck they are. There's like some crashed spaceships and stuff. And so because I live so close and I'm there all the time, like taking people, I know like the Galaxy's Edge lore, right? So basically you had to read a book, the Galaxy's Edge book or the comic book, to understand and experience Galaxy's Edge for all that it has. So I'm recording this video about this crash landing over here, about what it is and how it ties into Disney. And like this crowd of people just start coming around.
Yeah, like 10 people.
And they're like, that's really cool. I never knew. I was like, you have to read a book to understand it. And they're like, well, that's stupid. I'm like,
yes. Who would have thought? Oh my God, people don't like required reading. They won't read it. It just like, I never read that, the homework. And if it just said, read this, like these 3 pages, like in English or something, I'm like, okay, so no homework, just like, no, like no one wants to do that, especially when it's supposed to be about fun. I mean, it enhances the experience, but like if it's required, it just kind of takes the fun out of that. It's frustrating too.
Yep, Fenrir Fire. Yep, that is correct.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, not to understand it, but kind of like understand, like what, I don't know. It's just to sell more stuff. But like if you walk around Galaxy's Edge, there's like different things set up. And there's and you don't even know why. There's a crash site there, and it's like a spaceship, and it's like a big explosion thing, and it's just set up on the side. And people all just look at it like, what is that? And then I'm like, okay, so here's the story. The original robot that piloted Star Tours was taking a Star Tours group around, and he lost control of the ship. and he crashed here in Batu in Galaxy's Edge.
Mhm.
And so the owner of Oryx Cantina decided to repair the piloting droid and make him the DJ in Oryx Cantina.
Okay, that's kind of cool. I like that.
All right.
Yeah, but you don't know that unless you read the book.
How would you know that if I didn't tell you because I read it in a book?
Well, I mean, exactly. Yeah.
So that's the point. See, that's the point of Galaxy's Edge in a nutshell. It could have been cool if they had done it correctly. They could have had that story out. They could have had that little robot there telling the story. They could have had all kinds of things like explaining that. And yes, exactly. When I went into the cantina and I heard the thing, I was like, what the frick is going on in here?
Not one Star Wars music. Not once.
Really? You guys got unlucky because once when we went in like at the very end of the day, and so we didn't have to have a reservation. They're just like, all right, come in. I'm like, okay, awesome. And as soon as we walk in and get our drinks, the classic Cantina band song comes on. I'm like, yay!
See, when I was on the Disneyland side, we got the Cantina band song, but it wasn't the original. It was some weird remix.
Was it a techno version?
Yeah, it was like a techno version. And I was like, you can't even play the normal, like, God, you own John Williams' music. What are you doing?
They don't even play it like in the park, except for that stupid little thing that he wrote. I mean, I know it's not stupid. It's John Williams, and I love John Williams, but still, it's not. Come on. When Star Tours, it's like on the other side of the park feels more like Star Wars than the Star Wars land. There's something wrong.
Yep.
Well, like this is
the $200 one that sucks. I'm sorry.
Let me show you a video, Justin. Let me show you a quick video. This is all
right, hold on. Let me get a coffee real quick. I'll just go to the fridge.
Alex, you don't even know, Alex. There's no techno. I know, and they're playing the techno cantina. Like, why?
I mean, the thing is, it's just. It just could have, and they could fix it. They could fix it with it. Are you ready, Justin?
Are you ready now?
I want to show him a video, and he gets up and leaves.
What was that?
Let me set this up.
All right.
While I was waiting to ride the Rise of the Resistance, I happened to catch this quick video of Rey, but this is normal. Like, this is normal. It's going to go. I have an up-and-coming video about Galaxy's Edge. I'm doing a video essay.
Okay, so wait. Before you hit play, though, context. For those of you who don't know, Rey, when you see her in the park, is on the run from the First Order. That is her character. That is the mindset that she is in. So just
yeah. And so
it doesn't excuse anything. I'm just giving.
But this is what the purpose. Yeah, this actually looks really bad.
It's. I think it's. Is it something for the kids to do?
Right. Watch her. It literally looks like she pushes the girl out of the way. There to get out of the way.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure she's not pushing her, but I mean the girl kind of moved when Rey was leaving. But that's the But see, this is the problem with the Galaxy's Edge experience. So she's happy. She wants a photo with Rey. But then Rey doesn't really interact and just kind of takes off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's Rey in a nutshell. She just kind of takes off.
The problem is
stay around.
When you go.
Yeah,
it is kind of rude. The problem is when these young kids fall in love with these Disney characters, you can go anywhere in the park. And we're way off tangent here, so forgive me, but I'm glad people are hanging out. You can go anywhere in the park and experience. If you like Beauty and the Beast, you can hang out with Beauty and the Beast and they interact with you. It's great. If you like Dr. McStuffins, you can go find Dr. McStuffins and have an experience with them. And they talk to you and they make you like want to go buy more stuff. You can go to the hangar bay and have an experience with Darth Vader. Mm-hmm. Where Darth Vader talks to you and like makes you feel like welcome. You can even have an experience with Kylo Ren in the launch bay. It's crazy. But when it comes to Rey or anyone in Galaxy's Edge, it's like it's constant rudeness. You know, so if your little niece or nephew or daughter or whoever is like, I love Rey, I want to go see Rey. First of all, you got to find her, which not everyone finds her, because I've spoken, even my brother has told me this, like he's been there multiple times to find Rey and they can't find her. I've only found her 3 times, which I've been Galaxy's Edge maybe 20 times. I'm walking through, at least going to Toy Story Land. You walk through Galaxy's Edge, you get to Toy Story Land. And so it's just like, they're not helping themselves with people trying to fall in love with these characters, number one. Like with that type of and you saw how she, listen, not saying the cast member did anything wrong. That's just how Rey is at the park.
She's lucky. Those kids are lucky she even stopped for a photo.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Now there are videos out there where you see like a Rey talking to a little child, where you see Rey doing this. Now let me put this into context. The majority of those videos, not all of them. There is 1 or 2 of Galaxy's Edge where Rey has a moment with a child, and that's awesome. That's what it should be. That's what it should be. The majority of the context of those videos of Rey with a child come from the parade that goes through Hollywood studios. Because what they do is they take the children, some of the children dressed like Rey and others, and they put them in a special place. And after the parade is through, Rey stops and meets them. You get what I'm saying? But to experience Rey in Star Wars: The Galaxy's Edge is like, so now you experience Rey here and she's all nice. Then you go and see her over there and she's like, get away from me. I'm on the run. Get away from me.
That's the only place to meet Rey. That's it. So like Chewie on Chewbacca walks through Galaxy's Edge and he won't stop for you, but you can meet Chewbacca, at least on the Disneyland side. I don't know if it's the same on Disney World, at the hangar bay. You can go to Star Wars and you can actually meet Chewbacca. Whereas in Rey, you can't meet her anywhere. So if that's the only experience you have with Rey as a little girl, I'd be pissed.
Right. And there's a way to do that to make it work, but it's just about how the actors actually do it. You know, you could say like, hey, I'm really on the run. I got to get going, but I just want to say, may the force be with you always. And then just run away. Exactly. Like she does. She could just do something like that. Like instead of shoving the child out of the way.
Is exactly correct. Exactly. Disney is forcing immersion into a live story that nobody gets or understands.
Yep.
Right.
Unless like you're like, except for the super diehard, I mean, I don't want to throw the term shill around, but except for those super diehards that understand like what it is, and that say I really love it because of what it is. But but the truth of the matter is, getting back to where we're at, we just kind of got off there for a minute, and we can talk about Galaxy's Edge forever. But getting back to having the parks open, it makes me wonder about those kind of rides. So Rise of the Resistance, which I will give credit, is freaking amazing. Okay, I will give credit where credit is. It does deal with the sequel trilogy characters, but it's mostly Finn, and I'm falling more in love with Finn because of John Boyega anyway. So the more I see Finn, the more happy I am because of John Boyega. But so it mostly deals with Finn in the film, in the ride. Finn is the star of that ride. So which is so funny because John Boyega is like, I don't like Disney. Like I'm not a Disney dude. But anyway, that ride has multiple areas where you are packed with people. And it is so complex of a ride where you go from, have you done that, Tuggs? So I'm the only one that's done it. Yeah, I've done it.
Have you ever been to Rise of the Resistance?
I haven't ridden it, no, because I refuse to go or wait in that line. I refuse.
Yeah,
it was perfect. I
found the trick.
Okay. Well, the next time I'm there, if it's open,
well, I know what to do now. Now I can go there at 9 o'clock and still ride it, and people get so mad at me. They're like, "How did you get it?" Anyway, I know the trick now. I know how it works.
Ooh. So, tell me about this.
Yeah. So, but that ride is so complex. Now, I will say it's like one of the top 3 rides of all Disney parks ever. It is really cool because, and I will give it to the cast members because they're live actors that make the ride so much better. The actors are the First Order. They're the Resistance. They're so important to this ride. The actors are like cutting open doors for you, et cetera, et cetera. Like they're so important. Yeah, they're so important to this ride. They arrest you. They throw you in jail. They put you in like prison. There's like ride.
It's like 8 different steps or something that's in there.
It's a lot. It's a lot. So if one thing is broke down, then the whole ride shut down. What I'm saying is rides like that, even the Falcon ride, you've been on the Falcon ride.
Mhm.
How do they separate people? So if
Oh,
if I go to the
that's
park by
fine.
myself, are they just going to put me on the ride by myself?
No. I think it should be fine because of the general rule of just like no gatherings of more than 10 people. So that kind of ride is fine.
Like a family of 4 and then a single rider. Yeah.
Yeah, or like 1 or 2 single ride. Like, look, if it's a theme park, you're gonna have to get used to being around people that you don't know, and that's just how it's always gonna be. And if you're sick, that sucks. But like, look, I mean, if they're not gonna take those kind of precautions with the guests, then that's the risk that that they're willing to take. If you are a customer, if you're going to the park, that's something that can't be all Disney's fault. As long as they do everything that they can to make sure everything's disinfected.
Exactly.
Make sure that this much though. Ruthies, thank you so much for stopping by. The answer is yes. But the problem is that Nintendo Land has been delayed.
Yeah. Has Japan's been delayed? I would assume.
Yes, Japan has been delayed too.
I cannot wait for that to open.
I can't wait.
I expect nothing.
My family waited at 5 a.m. to get a boarding pass.
No,
I don't. Most people still do. Not me. 9 o'clock. I know the trick.
All right. Well, next time I'm there when it's open, you
figured out how to do it. Yeah. The problem is this. The new ride, Mickey and Minnie Runaway Railway, is awesome too. I just have to say that's in the same.
I can't wait to ride.
All it takes is one person to say, I have the beer vug and I got it from Disney, or I was at Disney and got it. And then what will happen? Will everything just tumble down? Will everything shut down again? Will everything, that's what I'm saying. Exactly, Larry. That's my point of all this precaution that they take.
I think it's hilarious.
If someone, God forbid, I mean, I don't want to see anybody sick. I definitely don't want to see anybody die. That's horrible, horrible, horrible. But all it takes is one person, to say, and for the media to grab a hold of it and say, Justin Proper was at Disney World this weekend, and now he has CV. Was it he was at Disney World, or did he infect the entire park? You know what I mean? Like,
did I do this intentionally? Did I catch it there? Those kind of questions.
Now it's all over. Now you got a panic on your hands.
Yep.
And now it's like, now you're gonna have Disney go, well, we followed the protocol. Well, it wasn't good enough, and now we're gonna have to do this again, and blah 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 blah. It's, oh my gosh.
It'll be a disaster, and I think a lot of parks around there, because there are so many. Do you think that they'll, if let's say something happens at the Magic Kingdom, then do you think that'll affect all the Disney parks and Universal and Legoland, Busch Gardens, all of those places, or is it just going to be kind of secluded to, hey, no one could go to the Magic Kingdom for a little bit? How do you think that's going to happen?
But here's the thing, though, is what they need to do, and they already have this implemented anyway. Go pretend to buy tickets. No, he still has not eaten, which is why he's cranky.
That's a great question.
Go pretend to buy tickets and read your disclaimers at the bottom. When you buy tickets to Disney, especially, I'm sure Universal's the same. You are, by buying the tickets and entering the park, you are agreeing to not sue Disney should you get sick, should you fall over, should you do any of that. That's out of Disney's control. Now, if the ride breaks down and you break your leg because the ride broke down, that's different, but you sign it away. So all they have to do is tweak it to be like, if I come here of my own volition and I end up getting sick, that is not Disney's problem. That is my problem because I'm a grown adult.
Exactly.
So they would just need to tweak the legal stuff.
A big CYA there.
It's not going to matter because they'll blame Disney.
No, I know.
18, I saw the numbers too. Whew. Chris, the answer is yes. The answer is yes. The saying in Orlando is, Justin, as Disney goes, so goes all other theme parks. So basically, all the theme parks wait and see what Disney does. When a hurricane comes, they wait. If Disney says, we're going to close this day, then every other theme park closes that day. I don't know why that is. It's just how it is. Yeah. It's always been that way. When Disney opens, the other parks open. So that it's just weird. And Disney never shuts. I mean, they never. When we have a hurricane, they shut down for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
They let the hurricane go by, and then they're open like the same
And they
day.
don't even really evacuate everybody. They just make everybody stay inside.
Well, the thing is, Disney World, Universal Studios, and all those parks have what people don't know. They have a huge underground community filled with restaurants, places to. I mean, it's huge.
If you are
what y'all don't realize, when you're walking on Disney property, there is a land underneath you that is huge. That is huge, where people drive cars and I mean, it's huge. Yep. So they just go down there and hang out and have a party until the thing is over, and then they open back up. Because they advertise that. Listen, I get the text messages, I get everything. They're like, parks are open, we have power. Get out of the Florida heat, for those come on down to Disney. We got it all set up, and you're just like, dang, the hurricane just passed.
Yeah. Literally the safest place to be. It is. It honestly is the safest place you can be, because the evacuation plans they have are absolute bananas. It's crazy the way that they can clear a park in about 2 seconds. It's insane. And they're honestly the safest place you can be. If you're stuck in a storm, if there's an earthquake like Disneyland had an earthquake a couple years ago, safest place you could be, honestly.
In Disneyland, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow! I thought all the underground tunnels were all just in Disney World.
Disneyland doesn't have any of the underground tunnels. But they have, because they can't because of the seismic activity. But they have ways to get you out of the park and in safe. They have buildings and stuff in the back that you can go in.
Real quick, my Universal guy in the chat, and I don't want to say your name, but. Well, I guess if you answer, is this still happening? You can send me a DM. You can send me a DM on Twitter, because I know he or she is in the chat. You can send me a DM on Twitter. I guess they like to watch and make sure I don't like say their name and leak information that they've told me. So I'm like, I don't know if that's still happening, but I want to show you guys this. Since we still have 60 people in here, I appreciate that. Because I'm really happy because of Walt Disney World News was live, and they have like 80,000 subs, and they barely had 50 people. So I'm glad you guys are hanging out with me.
More people are hanging out here than there.
Look, this guy is living his best life. Okay?
Man caught camping on Disney Discovery Island says it was a tropical paradise.
Wow.
Of course it was. Come on.
Now he's banned from Walt Disney World property.
Oh man!
Florida man is facing trespassing charges after security found him camping on Walt Disney World's Discovery Island, which is closed, by the way.
Yep.
Like are they talking about the island?
I think it's the one in the Magic Kingdom, like the one that's just kind of
no longer like they don't do nothing with it anymore.
Yeah, it's abandoned. Yeah.
Right? Or are we wrong? Tugs, tell us.
It's. I'm gonna pull it up right now.
Yeah. Deputy said
it's an
island. I think this is the abandoned island.
Yeah.
Discovery Island is an 11.5 acre island in Bay Lake, Florida. It's located on the property of Walt Disney World in the city of Bay Lake. It closed in 1999, so it's been shut down for quite some time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
Hotels on it. It's not in the parks.
Yeah, but they still left all the stuff to do there.
Yeah, it's kind of strange just seeing people who have been over there, and because it really is like you have to try to get there. So
this is crazy. You would have to have taken a boat. Spotted. Yeah. Deputies said they were called after Richard 42 was spotted on the Disney-owned property, which is currently closed to the public. They searched for him on foot, by helicopter, and by boat before finally making contact with him, according to the arrest warrant.
How did you?
He had been using a loudspeaker. They had been using a loudspeaker to address him. He said that he didn't hear them because
he's in his own little world
on the island, which he referred to as a tropical paradise. I'm surprised more people haven't tried this, honestly. Mm-hmm. According to reports, McGuire told deputies he was not aware that the property was off limits and that he had been camping there since Monday or Tuesday and planned to stay for about a week. McGuire was arrested and charged with trespassing. It was ordered not to return to any additional Walt Disney World properties, according to a report.
That's so crazy.
How did he even get in the park?
It's not in the park.
Yeah, there it is. My question is, how did he get over there?
It's over by the Fort Wilderness campground, where the boat launches from Fort Wilderness. It's in that lake.
Right. I know exactly where it is. I know exactly where. There is a YouTube video out there where some young teens swam over there.
Yeah.
And they recorded this video of the whole thing because at night the lights still come on.
Yeah.
Like the boardwalks and the buildings, and they put it all on YouTube. It's incredible what they did. They swam. There's like alligators in the lake. I mean, listen.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Alligators everywhere in Florida. They don't. The truth is they don't bother people. They really don't.
No, they don't.
They don't bother people. I have alligators right at my lake now. They don't bother you. Once you get near them, they take off. Even the big boys, they run away. Now, if you're small like a cat, dog, yeah, maybe. But majority of the time, they're like, I had one under my car, dude. I had one under my car one day before I went to work. And my neighbor told me, he's like, there's a gator under your car. I was like, what do I do? He's like, just kick the tire. So I kicked the tire, and the thing, you could hear it like take off like a rocket. Like it took off. So
no, I don't mess with gators. No, they're like the one thing that I'm afraid of is like gators and crocodiles. Nope. I can't.
Island now is a bird. Yeah, exactly. We took
I think that's where they have the macaws and stuff from Animal Kingdom.
Right. That's right. So crazy.
We cannot escape these memes. We can't. Oh, man.
Not that. Well, you know where else? We can go visit the tiger place here in Tampa.
We'll find Carol Baskin's.
Carol Baskin's place is 45 minutes from my home.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll go.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
She's not making any. She doesn't make any. The thing is, you go to her park, but she doesn't make any appearances.
Oh, boo.
Because she knows
they don't make any appearances.
Would you do?
They have a full staff that take care of that now. So, they have a full staff. So anyway, with all these guidelines taking place, is there anything specific that wasn't mentioned that would help you feel safe to go to a theme park? Or do you think that's the best they could do? And it's time to get out there and experience life and get out of the freaking house and
yes, 100%.
Yeah, there's only so much micromanaging that you can do, and we all know that micromanaging really does not work. And you can't just tell people in the happiest place on earth, like, you can't do this, can't do that. No, it's not going to work. So yeah, I think what Tux was saying with when you get the ticket, that kind of legally binding document that's like down there, like that's their way out of it. So they're doing their best. Mad props for trying to reopen everything, but it's just going to take a little time. I think it'll be fine by the 4th of July.
I think so too.
If you're at the park and someone really close to you decides to and sneezes really hard, will that make you jump?
No, it's just.
Sneezes in general make me like you're out of nowhere and you're just like too. I'm like, holy crap.
But if he's sneezing or coughing, that would make you go, oh man, come on, man.
No, I mean, are we doing that now? Do I have to get my face mask from the kitchen?
I'll be bringing my mask. I will be bringing my mask to the parks just in case they.
Let me see if I can.
I missed it. I missed the memo where they said that you can't.
Yeah.
So I think that's a must. But what's funny is if Tugs does come in June, even though she has an annual pass, she won't be able to go to the park. So I'm gonna go for her.
Yeah, I will. I'm telling you, they're not gonna do it. Not for long. They'll do it, but it won't.
I'll be at the parks going. I'm having a great time.
That's okay. I'll go hang out.
You're only 5 minutes away, but I'm having a great time.
Just rent a car and go to St. Augustine. I don't care.
What do you want me to? Well, St. Augustine's a public park, so it's not going to open.
It's not a park.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. They require masks everywhere. Where are you talking about?
I think it's just out in public. Just a lot of
Florida. Florida, you don't have to wear a mask anymore.
No, neither. You don't have to wear a mask. Needed.
That's the tropical. California, I think you have to wear a mask everywhere, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Anna was talking about that on our live stream. She didn't have a mask, so she wrapped a teddy bear around her face, or
an alien.
alien plushie. to go
That's
out.
funny.
Can you imagine?
I would love to have one of those face masks. That'd be great.
It's not really a face mask. It's a plushie that you can see your face as a.
Oh.
Yeah.
As
Horse Jeremy has a question.
Yep.
And
do you think people will stay away from parks for a while, though? I wouldn't feel safe taking my daughter there if there's still a viable risk. I will say absolutely yes, and here's why. A few reasons. First reason, money. Justin hit the nail on the head when he said, why would I spend all this money going to a theme park when it's only half open and I couldn't do half the things and I only get half the money but still have to pay half the things but pay the full price? Yeah. And a lot of people are out of work right now. And they're on unemployment. So the last thing on their minds is visiting a theme park. So I think that's first. Second, yes, people, if they don't want, there's always I think there'll be a viable risk till the end of the year, to be honest.
Especially like young kids too.
Here's the thing. I don't know if everybody has thought about this, but there's going to be a viable risk for the rest of our lives because it's a virus and there are viruses in the air and everything. Flu hasn't gone away. MERS is still around. SARS is still around. This is just another virus. It's just going to be around for the rest of every billions of times. Okay, so just there's a viable risk for the rest of your life if you want to go outside.
Right, but the truth is, I totally agree. But the truth is, there's a higher percentage of risk in different times of the year. But yeah,
it's going to be like every other virus where when it's cold outside and everybody's camping.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
Did he just shave his face?
Yeah.
Oh.
Memes.
Oh.
I know somebody had mentioned it the other day, but I haven't seen it yet. Look at that face.
Wow.
Memes. Look at you.
Wow, what a stud.
Right? Who knew that was underneath?
I don't know about all that, but it sure is different. Anyway, there'll be outbreaks every couple of years. Exactly. So I do agree, but I'll tell you this much. If they're going to open it up to Florida, us Florida people don't really give a rip. We've been I went out walking today and everyone's just, well, the state's opening up Monday.
Like everything? Or
like phase one open.
Oh, phase one.
So they're going to give it a shot, but they still haven't announced Disney Springs opening or City Walk yet. So, which is weird because they have all the restaurants. So
that's going to take time because they have to get their food supply back.
Yeah, there's still that beef shortage.
I'm going to Disney during the fall. Should I still go? I cannot tell you what to do. My best bet is to, if you've already bought tickets and made reservations and spent money, I would call Disney today and find out what their refund policy is for the time that you're going. The reason why I say that is because I would hate for you to be all geared up to go and God forbid the worst thing happens, which it could. I mean, we don't know, like that's the thing, we don't know. And you might be able to go, but not be able to ride any rides. Like we said, they might just open the restaurants inside the theme park.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if they offered like a discount price for some of that stuff, I mean, you don't have to open all the attractions. I get that. But I mean,
like what we're saying now is like they're gonna open it up to Florida first. Like so Tugs will be in Orlando. She has an annual pass, but there's a good chance she won't be able to go to the parks because she's not a Florida resident. So if you're gonna go in the fall, what if that's still implemented? Because right now we're hearing like New York is gonna be on lockdown for months. Like it's brutal up there. I get it, but I mean, I hear it's like it could be, and so Disney might not like. There could be travel restrictions to come to Disney World. Like, no, we don't want no one from New York. We don't want no one from here. No one from here. So I don't know how that's all going to play out. It's going to be crazy. Horror Nights might be canceled. So Trey, what I heard was that Horror Nights is going to be moved. So everything is going to be shifted. It might not happen in October, but it might happen in January.
That's dumb.
Oh yeah, because that's when I want to get scared in January.
Happy New Year! Here's a zombie in your face. That's
yeah. It's just like all of these dumb studios, except for like Saw, like release all of their horror movies not on Halloween, which is so stupid. Just same thing. I mean, I get it, but no, always in October.
Yeah.
I I'd still go because it's awesome.
I mean, yeah, it is really awesome.
Honestly,
I used to be.
California is going to be a hot mess for the next 6 months anyway, so I don't even plan on doing anything in California, including breathing. So.
Oh yeah, and yeah, we had to pay our breathing taxes there too, and now it's just even worse. We still have to pay for grocery bags and stuff. It's just ridiculous. I'm like, why would I ride this out there?
Yeah.
James 007 orange avatar needs to change, but so if they open restaurants only, you'd have to pay park admission and then your food bill on top of that. Rip off. Unless you're an annual pass, that's what I'm saying. Like if it would be Florida residents, so if you're an annual pass, you're not paying to get in or get out. That's the thing. Again, man, these are just like whispers in the wind.
Yeah.
Things that I've been hearing from cast members saying that this is a possibility they might try. The point is they need to start making money.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Like Disney's already borrowed gazillions of dollars. They've already furloughed half their staff. Universal's in the same boat. They need something open to generate $5, like something. They need something to start generating money because there's just like every day that they're closed, just like what you were reading earlier, Justin, like how much money people are losing. Orlando.
Yeah, in Sandusky too. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
I read a crazy stat that Orlando is like 80% employed by theme parks. And then with all of them out of work in Orlando, you're just kind of like, like that's a lot. James says, I'll change my avatar after this awesome live stream. Stop picking on me drunk. Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Hey, better late.
Memes of Destruction said they could become Sonic, where you pull up in the parking lot of Disney World and maybe a character will bring you food
on roller skates or something like that.
That'd be fun.
It's such a long walk though from the restaurant to the
all the way to the parking lot.
Like an hour for like, hey, there's Goofy. It's Goofy. Is that for me? Is that for me? Is that for me? We will have a live stream on this channel debating whether Goofy is a cow or a dog. I'm telling you, it's a cow.
It's a dog.
Don't at me at that. Don't at me at that. He's a cow. He's a cow. I have proof. I have detailed proof.
No, you have a fake article that somebody made a meme about. It's a fake article. He's a dog.
What is this debate? Like, is it?
Halloween Horror Nights was a great video. It is the lowest video ever to appear on Geeks and Gamers channel.
Oh no, there are ones that are older that are lower than that. So.
Yeah, he took them all down. So as of today, and I get picked on about this all the time from Jeremy. So,
well, I thought it was funny. Chris Curran said, "Let's move Christmas to May." That was pretty funny. Oh my gosh, there was another one. Zombie carolers at Christmas. That says Batman. Goofy is a dog, so people. I don't even know that this was an argument.
Goofy, no, okay. So a couple years ago, the audacity.
It's not the live stream for that. We're talking about opening protocol.
Yeah, we'll save it for another time. But I will say though that straight up, like across the board, all theme parks are kind of worried about it. The advantage of like Cedar Fair is like Kings Island and Cedar Point, they didn't have anything open to begin with. So it's not like it makes a big difference. They're not supposed to open until I just looked. They're supposed to open May 9th. So
next weekend.
It barely even, I mean, it doesn't really affect them too much, but they are preparing for the worst when it comes to that. So like a month's worth of revenue that's gone. It's not going to be the worst thing in the world, but since they're like only open like for up until like October for Halloween weekends, it's gonna cost at least Sandusky, it's gonna cost them a lot of money. My heart is broken for them, especially because it's like 150th anniversary. So yeah, but at least there were no people there really to begin with, so that makes it a little easier to think about reopening. So that's good. It's not like Disney World where like people could have been walking around infected and whatnot. So I can't wait either. Sorry, I was rambling a little bit.
It's okay. It was all right.
Yeah. Hershey Park.
Hershey Park, Pennsylvania.
I've been to Hershey, Pennsylvania. It is. Have you guys been there?
I have.
Oh, it's so great.
Cool.
It feels like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory with the theme
She like got like Hershey kisses on them and stuff. So
Oh, it's magical. I love it. I can't wait for that to reopen too.
yeah, see, that's the interesting thing is that a lot of the theme parks up north, Kings Dominion, Kings Dominion is awful. Hershey Park, Cedar Point are closed for the winter months for season. And so we wonder how this will affect them when they reopen. I do hope. My one hope was that Disney, which we don't know yet, the only thing I know what's going on inside the park is if you follow the president, Josh, what's his name again?
Josh D'Amaro.
Yeah, if you follow the president of Walt Disney World on his Instagram, he's been walking through the parks and like just kind of giving us an update about how clean they're getting.
Yeah.
How everything's being scrubbed down from top to bottom. I think a lot of that is PR for when they open.
Well, before the parks closed, Disneyland and Disney World, their cast members were going through, like they put the hand sanitizing stations up anyway, but cast members were going through and wiping down railings randomly too. So this is nothing new. They started doing it probably about a week before they closed anyway.
That park though needed not that it wasn't clean, it just needed a deep scrubbing because they never closed.
Yeah.
You know, they're open till like, so look, what you don't realize, let's just take Magic Kingdom. They open, let's say 9 a.m., close around 12, and then it takes people about 2 hours to get out, right? But then they also have this after hours ticket, which is really cool, which is open till like 3 or 4 in the morning, you know? Ooh. And if you get a chance to get those tickets, that's the way to go. Sleep all day, go to the parks, and these after hour tickets. The parks are empty, man. I mean, empty. You can ride everything in a few hours.
The one in July.
The only thing is like some of the restaurants are not open and stuff, but it's really cool. Everything's like really dark. When me and Tugs were at Universal Studios, we got stuck in Hagrid's ride and the ride broke down, but then they promised everyone in line would be able to ride the ride. So when we finally finished riding it, the rest of the park was completely shut down.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And so it was kind of cool to walk through this theme park and just see like minimal lights on and stuff like that. Let me tell you a quick story about Josh, the president of Disney World. Ooh. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway was opening, and I was there for the grand opening. I'm going to dig this up because I know I have this video.
So what happened?
Josh was in line next to me the whole time. The whole time.
Did you not have a clue?
I had no clue. He had his nice hair. I looked at him and I go, I looked at him and I was like,
embarrassing.
People that were with me, right? I had 4 people with me, and I'm looking at him. I'm like, all right, that guy's not your normal cast member because he had the cast member shirt. He had a regular cast member name tag that just said Josh, but he had a blazer. He had a blazer on, and so we're standing in line, and I'm recording with my GoPro, you know, and all of a sudden, I was like, I said, Josh, like you don't look like a normal cast member, like an idiot. And he starts laughing.
Did you say that? You don't look like a normal cast member?
Yeah, I said, you're wearing a blazer. I was like, where do you work at? I was just asking. He goes, good story. My friends can back this up. I said, and I was just being friendly. I'm there with Park Hoppins trying to get the scoop, you know? And he goes, no, I'm just a cast member. So then he starts talking to me, and we talk for 40 minutes. 40 minutes, I'm talking to the president of Disney World, right?
He didn't recognize me when he was there the last day either.
He's asking me questions. He's like, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Yeah. And I'm like, and so then he asked me about Galaxy's Edge.
Whoa.
And I was completely honest with him. I said, man, it's like Star Wars without the Star Wars. I'm kind of disappointed they don't have this. They don't have that. I was like, to get into the line to ride the Resistance, he goes, have you ridden Rise of the Resistance? I said, oh, I've ridden it 3 times. He goes, do you enjoy it? I said, it's really awesome. But I've been there when like families and friends were separated because of the way the line works. And then he tells me the trick, which I can't share live. So he tells me the trick. He's like, just do this next time. I promise me you won't get separated. And so we go on Mickey and Minnie's Railway together.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
While I'm recording, and he's like, "Who are you with?" I was like, "Oh, I run, I'm with Geeks and Gamers. I run Park Hoppin thing." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "There's nothing but YouTubers here today," and he goes, "I think it's great. It's getting the word out about this ride." When the ride was over, he goes, "How did you like?" I said, "I loved it." I said, "I loved it." I said, "You know what would be cool is if you could take all these old rides that you tore down and just put them in a section of the park." And he goes, "That is a cool idea. Thank you." Shakes my hand and walks off. I don't think anything. I think nothing of it, dude. Nothing of it other than that cast member was really nice. I go back to Magic Kingdom the last day it's open. Freaking Josh is there, the president. He's got big Mickey hand gloves on. He's shaking everyone's hand. He's surrounded by a ton of people, right? I take his picture. Like I'm like, who is this guy? I take his picture and I send it to Tugs, remember? I was like, who is this guy?
I'm like, that's the vice president.
She goes, "You run a theme park channel for Jeremy. You don't know who this guy is? You don't freaking know who this guy is?" He goes, "That's the president of like Walt Disney World." And my heart just went. I almost died. I almost literally had a heart attack. I'm going, this whole time, I could have had an exclusive interview with the president of Disney World on camera this whole time. And I just wanted to die. I just literally wanted to die.
So you didn't film anything. Like you were.
I have him literally like I'm filming around, and he's just literally standing around, like next to me.
And
like,
you're talking on camera, or like no?
When I was filming the ride, I was filming like the like how to like you walk in, like this is where it was. So I was just trying to do a virtual tour of the new ride.
And he's sitting right next to you,
the whole time, talking to me.
This is on the channel too, right?
No, none of it's on the channel.
Oh, okay.
Because when we were standing in line talking, I wasn't filming any. There was nothing to film.
No, I totally get that, and it's just like wouldn't it be so awkward if you were like filming him? It's just like, hey, what do you think? Blah blah. That would be kind of weird.
I would have said, hey, do you mind like talk? Like I would have asked him because he was really nice. I shook his hand. I went up and I said, "Hey, Josh, you remember me?" And he was like, "Have a good night." Like that's all he said.
Oh.
I was like, I was the guy in line with you, for Mickey and Minnie. He was like, "Have a good night. Be safe." Like that's all he said to me. And like he was so surrounded, right?
Yeah.
A bunch of people that look, it was he sees a million people every day. For the fact that he would remember me is one thing. But he must have rode that Mickey and Minnie's Railway like a million times with guests, just trying to get like a mental like how is everybody enjoying it type of thing.
Yeah, and
I even went on his Instagram. I was like, "Hey, I was next to you today." He didn't even respond. And I was like, "Oh my god, I like freaking had him. I freaking had him." And I might not ever in my life get that opportunity again.
You never know.
I sit there and I go, why does crazy things like this happen to me? And it was like, but here's the crazy thing. So I took this photo, Tugs put it out on Twitter, and then news departments started following us on Twitter. These bigger YouTube park hopping channels started following us on Twitter and on the channel and stuff like that. It's like Orlando local news, Channel 9, like they all. And then somebody sent a message from Rutgers
or something like that. Yeah.
A major news network wanted to ask me like questions about that.
Yeah. So, and then people were mad. They were like, I can't believe he's out there touching people and shaking hands.
They were mad at that photo. They were just like, who does he think he is? Like shaking his hand on the last day. But he had like the big Mickey Mouse like gloves on. It was really funny.
Yeah.
So,
That's absolutely insane. I mean, I don't even know what I would do. Like I probably wouldn't recognize the guy either.
I know these I know these people somewhere. You guys have a channel, right? Family Travels.
They were asking me some questions. Speaking of, since they were asking this question and we have them highlighted, if anybody has any tickets, I don't know if you're in the chat or you have friends or family that have tickets for the Villains Nights after hours events that are going on from now until the end or middle of July, keep an eye out on your emails because Disney has started to cancel people's tickets. July 6th is the one that they have started sending emails out for. This was a couple of days ago. So I don't know if they're picking and choosing, if they've canceled the whole event completely, or if they're just like, if you look like you might be from out of the country, they're canceling your tickets. I'm not sure, but keep an eye out because you might not be going.
They've been canceling from where? What month?
July.
For international people.
Well, I don't know. It doesn't specify. It says that emails are being sent out for Villains Nights, for the Villains After Hours nights, and July 6th is the date that they're canceling for people. They're sending out emails and they're refunding everybody. So just keep an eye out for your, no word on the June ones yet that I can see, but I imagine if they're canceling July, they'll be canceling June as well. So.
Oh.
Can you guys look them up and see if they have a YouTube channel?
They do. They have like 15,000 subscribers.
Yeah, I knew them from somewhere.
Whoa! Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah,
I knew them.
Hopefully, I answered your questions. Okay. Well, sorry.
Yeah, they got a pretty decent following.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you for checking out Park Hoppin'.
Yeah.
We greatly appreciate it. Really do. We're glad that everyone's enjoying the discussions, and if you do enjoy it, go ahead, hit that like button, guys. Let's get this going. This is amazing.
Well, we've only been around for 2 months.
Yeah.
And
yeah, you're almost at 2K.
We're gonna be going. Yeah, I gotta go eat too. And we've been going for 2 hours.
Okay.
I've got a lot of funny Disney stories, man, especially the one where probably shouldn't share because I'm gonna get banned, I think, if I share some of the funny stuff. But
you can share it with us.
No stories. Although I have a funny one about a Cinderella when I was
never hurt anyone or never did anything illegal. So
no, never.
But it's been I go there all the time. It's been a wild ride. The Josh thing, the Josh story, I'll tell till the day I die because that's just unbelievable.
That is pretty crazy. I mean, that would happen to anybody, to be honest. Like, yeah. But I'm so happy. But like, if you had known that it was, if you had known,
I probably would have treated him differently. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad you gave him an honest answer. Honestly, because
I think that could, like, when we were done, not only did my friends laugh hysterically, like when I told them all like who that guy was at me, they one of them said, the reason why he probably had a conversation with you is because you didn't know who he was.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, well, that could be true. So that could be very true. Who knows? But I will say this: I can't wait till we get to this important level of YouTubery here on Park Hoppin', because when they opened up that ride, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, Peter Sorella, my favorite guy, who has a theme park channel, who does quite well. He's got over 100,000 subs. Him, Tim Tracker, and several other park channels got special privilege to ride that ride without waiting in line. So
wow.
I was like, when do we get on that level? I mean, I already got some special privilege at Universal. I don't have to pay to go. So that's nice. But
really? Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, that was nice. Shout out to that person.
The Universal people are like, film more Universal stuff. We hate it. We hate that. They didn't use the word hate. They didn't use the word hate. I'm just saying.
They got to have the upper hand on something. Like, offering that up, giving them more exposure. Hey, it benefits all of us. You know
what's crazy about Universal is on the California side, there's a ride at Universal Hollywood that has never been ridden. Has not. It was supposed to open March 28th. The Pets ride, the Secret Life of Pets ride, has not.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, come on! I was supposed to go. I was going to take a day trip down there and go on there and film it for Park Hoppin', and yeah. It still has not. It's just sitting there untouched in all of its glory.
Oh, that is so sad.
That's sad.
We're gonna try to get some more people on here that really love. I'm gonna set up some interviews with some people, possibly cast members that can't show their face. That was gonna tell us the ins and out. I've already spoken to many of them already.
Yay.
So that'll be kind of awesome. We do want to do the walkthrough through Hollywood Studios like you guys have requested.
Yes.
And that's on me. It's just my work schedule is kind of double being an online school teacher. So but we will.
Whenever you go and
Can't use that kind of language, Culture Casino, on this channel. Can't use that kind. I prefer Disney to Universal. Wow, look at that Avatar face. I mean, I'm just
that's it. That's my face having to wait 4 hours at the Magic Kingdom for anything on Easter.
Larry wants to get an interview with Josh.
That Josh guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Normally I don't put drunk 3PO here when I do Park Hop, and I put Jay, so I kind of goofed on that one. But anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with us. Thank you, Justin. I know work's been a little backwards for you, so
it's all good. I appreciate.
We're gonna try to do one, at least try to do a live stream every Saturday after the Gaming with Geeks podcast. So
around this time or something.
Yeah, I try to do 3 o'clock every Saturday. Try, unless there's like breaking news or something, and we want to go live.
All right, like I'll adjust my schedule then and be around.
All right, sounds awesome. Thank you guys. That's it. 2 hours, man. 60 people hanging out with us for 2 hours. Listen, we're like 1,200 hours away from monetization.
Oh God, I keep putting
we're getting really close. Knock out that last 1,000 hours. If you guys want to go back and watch some of our past live streams, rewatch some of our videos, or just play our videos, while you're driving in the car, that would greatly help out the channel. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you.
We're at 1.99 thousand subscribers. We're so close to 2,000.
We are very close. Do you know how many?
2,000?
Huh?
We need one more subscriber for 2,000.
One more.
Do we? Do we really?
Somebody there that hasn't subbed that's in the chat.
Let's see what happens. Oh my goodness. Are we really one away? That's insane.
We're one away.
Yeah, how about C3PO? Maybe he can subscribe to that magic number, Mr. Justin.
I think he already did.
He might have been the last one.
Probably.
Like a hawk. I'm getting that thank you tweet.
I'm so glad that gave you so much joy. Your reaction to that, oh my goodness, it was great.
I swear with everything in me, I thought it was Miss or Sith. Like those were my top two, because Sith would play along like it was him. He was like, yeah, maybe not, maybe. Like he would play along.
I love him for that. That's great. Oh my goodness. You know, like who's? Oh God.
I wasn't making fun of your face. I just said, wow, look at that avatar.
You look so cranky.
But Justin said that's what he looks like waiting hours
in a line. Yeah.
Did we hit 2,000?
I'm refreshing. Hang on. Refresh.
Really? And you didn't tell me, Alex?
No.
Wait, how did you know? I didn't tell anybody. What's going on? I didn't tell anybody. Oh my gosh,
Sorry.
My silly voice.
I hit the wrong button.
Good. Oh goodness.
I'm so excited.
Hold on, I want to pull it up.
We'll get it. It's gonna happen. Alex knows everything. Alex just randomly knows things. I don't know how he knows the things that he knows, but he creeps me out.
Hey, nothing wrong with Alex. He's good people.
Oh yeah, no.
He's good people, but it is scary, the information that he knows. Yes, I was Jenny. Oh man,
we won away.
It still says 1, yeah.
Do you have the exact number pulled up?
It says 1.99. Okay. There it is.
Are we there?
Yep.
We there yet? We at 2,000?
Yep.
Woo!
I don't have it yet. I only have 2,000. I only have 19.
You only have to. We did it.
Right.
You did it.
It hasn't changed yet.
Look on the app.
Oh yeah, now it changed.
Now it does.
Okay.
Woohoo!
I'm so happy.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. 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 Thank you.
That is amazing. That we got this on air.
How the heck do you make the theme park channel grow with no theme parks?
I know. Oh my God, it's
You're the only channel managing to do that. My goodness, this is fantastic. I'm so happy for you guys right now, and thank you.
You're part of all this, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But the thank you to everybody in the chat.
We're gonna end it
for doing this.
because I gotta call Uber Eats and get my money and get some food. So much love to you guys. We'll see you on here real soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you guys.
Boom. Aqua.